Hello, everyone. Nice. We can hear me. Cool. I'll just give everyone a couple minutes just to join now. I'm just going to go on this. We'll get started in about 3 minutes' time. I'm actually just going to start this recording as well, just so I've got a copy of this myself. Cool. Hide this as well. Let's get started in 2 minutes here. Right. Okay, let's get this started. So hi, everyone. And welcome to our 15th Strategy of the Week video. We're trying something a bit different this week by streaming this across a variety of platforms simultaneously. So you should be able to catch this on LinkedIn, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and soon Facebook as well. We haven't quite got that set up for this week, but that'll be live for next week as well. The recording of this live stream will be uploaded on YouTube afterwards. So if you're watching the recording on YouTube, be sure to join our Discord community so you know when the next live stream is. They'll typically be at the same time every second week, but just in case there's any changes. I'll include an invite to this link, an invite link to our Discord in the description of the YouTube video. This essentially grants you the opportunity to ask any questions you may have on the strategy in real time, and obviously allows me to answer them as well. So it's really the best for both of us if you join live. However, I obviously know that's not possible due to work commitments, differences in time zones, and so on. Hence, if that's the case, you can just watch the recording on YouTube. Okay, so this week's strategy is focused generally around the Ichimoku cloud. As the name suggests, this is essentially the primary technical indicator used in this strategy. The strategy also uses an RSI component of the entry condition, and it will also use trailing take profit and stop loss conditions to exit. And this strategy will require trading view signals, which is a bit different to our last few strategies. And the template is also available as a template on Coinrule, meaning that it'll be extremely easy to set up and start running. We do also have the associated script for this strategy available on TradingView. So if you want to backtest it, you'll be able to do that. I'm going to show you how to do that later. So before we get started, I want to continue with this. I want to go out of this quickly. So before we get started really with the strategy, let's just have a quick look at the broader macro picture. So here we have the Bitcoin daily chart. You can see we've had a bit of a pullback here from the local top around $31,000, and we've since retested the 50-day moving average here. Before retesting this and gaining some bullish momentum. If we get another pullback, I'll likely be looking for this 50-day moving average, which is this green line here, to hold as support. If we lose this level, I'll likely be looking to enter short positions. But for now, that's not in play. We can also see here that MA9 and MA50 are beginning to converge with the potential crossing imminent. This would be a bearish signal. We can see down here that when MA9 crossed above MA50, Bitcoin gained some significant bullish momentum. So the importance of a potential crossing of MA9 below MA50 in this case should not be underestimated. Another important note here is that we have the FOMC meeting on the 3rd and 4th of May, after which we will get a rate announcement. So some caution should be exercised around this event. The Fed has already hinted at a further 25 basis point hike. So the market most likely already has this priced in, but you should still exercise caution in case the Fed does something drastic here. As for some other technical indicators, we can see here that RSI is trending upwards just here, but it's still relatively neutral. It's not giving us any strong oversold or overbought signals. So we'll quick look at the MACD as well, see what that's saying. We can see here the histogram still bearish after we had a crossing around the 17th of April, but it looks the MACD could cross above its signal line soon. You can see them converging here. The signal line is this orange one here, and the MACD is this blue one here. So if we cross above here, we might be able to get some bullish momentum to push back above the local top. Right, nice. So let's now discuss the indicators that we're using here. Let's look at the Ichimoku cloud. So I'm not going to lie, it's not the most simple technical indicator going. There's quite a lot of complex elements to it. There's lots of like moving averages, etc. But I'll try my best to kind of explain what we're looking at here. You'll have to excuse my Japanese pronunciation here. It's not the best, as I'm sure you can imagine. But yeah, bear with me with that. So the Ichimoku cloud is really a collection of technical indicators, really, rather than one technical indicator, if we're being specific. But it essentially shows support and resistance levels, momentum, and trend direction. It does this by really taking multiple averages and plotting them on a chart. It also uses these figures to compute a cloud that attempts to forecast where the price might find support resistance. You can see this up here. There's a cloud. This is the clouds here, these shaded areas. The Ichimoku cloud was developed by Gyochi Hoshida, who was a Japanese journalist, and published it in the late 1960s. It provides more data points than the standard candlestick chart. It seems complicated at first glance, really. As you can see, here is quite a lot going on. Those familiar with how to read the charts can often find it easier to understand with well-defined trading signals. It essentially comprises of 5 lines or calculations, 2 of which make up a cloud, which are these 2 up here. And the difference between these 2 lines is either shaded red or green. The lines also include a 9-period average, a 26-period average, and an average of those 2 averages, and a 52-period average, and a lagging closed price line. So yeah, there's a lot going on here. The cloud is really the key part of the indicator. When the price is below the cloud, the trend is down. And when the price is above the cloud, the trend is up. The above trend signals are kind of the above trend signals, so these ones up here, the green ones, are strengthened if the cloud moves in the same direction as the price, for example, during an uptrend, and the top of the cloud is moving up, or during a downtrend when the bottom of the cloud is moving down. Okay, so that's just a very simple overview. I'll go into more detail of what how we're going to use this in the strategy in a bit, but we'll move on to RSI for now. This is essentially a momentum indicator. Most of you will probably be quite familiar with the RSI. It's probably the most popular used technical indicator. It essentially measures the speed and magnitude of a coin's recent price changes to evaluate overvalued or undervalued conditions in the price of that coin. The RSI can do more than point to overbought and oversold assets. It can also indicate assets primed for a trend reversal or a corrective pullback in price. Essentially acts as a signal when to buy and sell. Traditionally, an RSI reading of 70 or above indicates an overbought situation, so over here, and a reading of 30 or below indicates an oversold condition down here. So you can see this one is trending upwards, but again, it's quite neutral. It's sitting around 55, which is almost right in the middle. Okay, so let's discuss the entry conditions of the strategy. To enter positions, the strategy looks for all of the following conditions to be met. First, we require the Tekken Sen, which is this blue line here, is above the Keijun Sen here. So this blue line must be above this red line here. And the Chikun Span, which is this green line here, is above the close of 26 bars ago, essentially 26 price periods ago. We also require the closing price, so that when one of these candles close, is above the Kumo cloud up here, so above these cloud areas here. Again, sorry about my Japanese pronunciation. It's not the best, but yeah, that's essentially what we're looking for in relation to the Ichimoku cloud. Those are the conditions that we're looking to be met in order to enter a trade. There's also an RSI element, as I mentioned earlier. So essentially, we just require this to be below 50, which is quite a simple condition. This essentially means that it's closer to oversold territories, which is something that we traditionally want when we're looking to enter long positions, which is what this strategy is looking to do. If we were looking to short, we would want it to be above 50, more closer to 70. Okay, So let's go over the exit conditions quickly. As I mentioned earlier, these utilize trailing take profits and stop losses. These are essentially take profit and stop loss conditions that adapt to the price trend strength. Just as this example displays, you can see that it moves with the price before getting stopped out over here. So to exit, the strategy will look for a 3% price increase trailing, which is our take profit condition, or a 3% price decrease trailing, which is our stop loss condition. I'll show you how to adjust these in the associated TradingView script later. Okay, great. So now we've discussed the entry and exit conditions. Let's have a look at backtesting data. If you remember earlier, I told you the script is available on our TradingView profile, which I'll show you here. This is the name of it here, Ichimoku Cloud with RSI and trailing stop loss. If you're watching the recording, there'll be a link to this in the description, so you can find it very easily. So yeah, once you find this on our TradingView profile, if you scroll down, you'll see that there are a range of description of the entry and exit conditions and the technical indicators used. This is really what we've just been over, so it's here for your reference if you want to look at it again. You can see you can get some backtesting data as well. This is just on this specific pairing, which is AVA USDT on the 1 hour time frame. So if you want to use this, just come down and click add it to your favorite indicators. And then just come to the chart that you wish it to run on or test it on for that matter. So here we are on the AVA USDT 1-day chart. I'm going to test it on this one because I've already tested this on quite a variety of pairings and timeframes. So I know this one actually performed quite well. So I'm going to delete this and post it here. This is how you would edit some parameters in the strategy. Oh, sorry, I'm in the read-only mode right now. So essentially, you can just do, if you'd rather just keep it in standard form, you can just come up here. You've got the name. You add it to your favorite indicators here by pressing this button, and you get the Ichimoku Cloud with RSI. My favorites. RSI and trailing stop loss. Here we are. So you click it, and you see it's added to the chart. Sorry, I'm on the 1-day time frame here. I should be on the 1 hour. So as you can see on the 1 hour time frame here, it performed very well. It essentially made 143% net profit out of 63 closed trades and was profitable 44% of the time. This was backtested from the start of 2022 up until now, so around 16 months of data. As I said, you can change the time frame up here, so you can experiment with different ones. So you can see it doesn't perform as well in the 2 hour. Let's check the 3 hour. Yes, not as well again. 30 minutes. Okay, so still good, but still not as good as the 1 hour. You can also see here that if you change this to like different pairings, for example, so you can see it doesn't perform well on Bitcoin on the 1 hour, neither in the 5 minutes. On the 30 minutes, it does. So essentially, just use this script to effectively play around with different pairings and timeframes to find one that really works well. But as I've just showed you, the AVA USDT on the 1 hour time frame performs very well. So this is what I'm going to use. And the script, the code for the script is all open source, so feel free to experiment with different values on different pairings as well. And once you find one that works well, you can play around with the RSI value that you wanted to enter. So to do this, you would just copy this and effectively come to Pine Editor, paste it in here, and then you can edit some values. So, for example, you could change the RSI value from 50. Maybe you want to experiment how the strategy would perform if it only entered when it was below 40, for example. Or you could come up here and change the trailing stop and trailing take profit values. So you can see we've got the long trail price here is 3, and the short trail percentage, is 3 as well. So you could try 2 and 1. You can try a range of values really until you kind of really optimize it. But I found 3% works pretty well in my testing. You can also change the back testing date here if you want to only try it in the last 4 months or something, for example. And you can also change this value here, which is the percentage of equity that the strategy allocates to each trade. I've got it set to 80. You could try 100. You could try 20. You could try 50. It doesn't really matter. Also, another important thing is that the commission value here is set to 0.1%. So that essentially means that this backtesting data here includes a commission of 0.1%, which is aligned to the base fee on Binance. So this data simulates trading fees as well, which is obviously quite useful. Okay, great. So if you're happy with this performance here, Sorry, on the Ava that I was. We were on the 1 hour time frame. Yes. So I'm very happy with 143% net profit. So to run this on Coinrule, it's very simple. The template will be, I'm just re-adding the template now, but by the time you try this for yourself, it'll be added. So you just come to templates up here and just search for Ichimoku Cloud with RSI, click on it, and it'll be fully added. So if TradingView Signal is a buy, remember I said this strategy uses TradingView signals, it's a prerequisite. Then I want to buy, let's say, $1,000 of that coin, actually of AVA, because obviously I said I was very happy with the performance on AVA, so I want this to only exclusively run on AVA rather than any other coins, really. And then if TradingView Signal is a sell, I want to sell 100% of the amount bought of AVA to my USDT wallet as a limit order. I want to execute this 100 times. I'm going to name this rule Ichimoku Cloud with RSI and trailing stop loss. Cool. So once you're happy with that, click launch. You see you'll get a little preview here, and you also get this thing called the webhook URL and the message. So it's very simple. You come to the alert once you've added the script to the chart. You could come. There's these little 3 dots just here. Press these. Click add alert. There we go. That's it. Then you get this message here, and you also get this webhook URL when you come over to notifications. So as you might guess, you just simply copy the webhook URL and the message. So this is the message. Come over here. It goes in this box here. And then the notifications, we want to change this to this URL right here. Paste that in there. Click create. And there we go. The strategy is now live once I click this thing here. So that's the launch demo. This is just on our paper trading mode, just to kind of experiment with the rule. But you can feel free to run this on live as well, of course. So there we go. Thank you very much. The strategy is now live. I'll hang around for a couple of minutes to see if there's any questions anywhere. If any of my colleagues have noticed any questions anywhere, please let me know, because I can't see any from my end. Again, I would say the main thing here is to experiment with lots of different pairings and timeframes. There could be some that perform better than the one that I've just found here, but this is generally obviously very good performance. So I'm more than happy to run it on this. But there might be some out there that perform even better. So just experiment with different pairings and timeframes to find ones that really work well. And as I say, feel free to come to the script down here and effectively alter some of these values, the backtesting date range, the RSI value, and the trailing stake profit and stop loss values to essentially just try and optimize it further. Cool. So I don't see any questions here. So if there's no more, if you have any questions as well, just reach out to support@coinrule.com and we'll get back to you on this. I see there's a few of us, 2 users watching on Twitch. Yeah, thank you very much for listening to the Strategy of the Week video. Yeah, I'm excited to see what you create.